of you, and raise your hand, you know, had enough time to walk around the mall, kasi maaga kayo, so you walked around and you went to the National Bookstore. How many? You had no plan, right? But National Bookstore is like a magnet.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, nagtitesting ka ng ballpen. Ang dami natin ballpen sa bahay. Ang lahat ng companies nagbibigay ng ballpen. Pero bakit tayo bumibili ng ballpen? Ang ganda. Smooth. Okay. Dalawang color, tatlong color. You end up having so many ballpens. Now, how many of you borrowed a ballpen today? She didn't want to use pencil. Pero may ballpen ka naman sa bahay. Wala kang ballpen sa bahay. So you see, really, we have what we call impulse buying, unplanned spending. And that are the dangers of not having a budget. And I think the next topic will...
What we did together was we decided, okay, when it comes to our income, this is what I will spend on, and this is what she will take care of. So Cindy was in charge of the household expenses. And I gave her a budget envelope similar to this.
Okay. So when we knew how much we were spending, we were able to come up with a realistic budget per category. In other words, how much for groceries, how much for miscellaneous, how much for the helpers, or things like that. And then we would segregate. I worked on a cash basis. Actually, our story is more complicated than that. I was a spender. He was the one earning. Ang sarap ng buhay ko. So he would spend, he would earn, I would spend. The problem there is the labor he put into his earning, I did not value. I would just get the salary, and since it was so easy, I would spend it, not knowing how difficult it was to earn that amount. And I would use a credit card then. So it was really bad. So anyway, when you have an envelope like this, you're able to put into slots the cash that you need. And I would label it. Now, when the item would be empty, example, groceries, I would see, naku, 1,000 lang. And then I had like 5 days to go. You know what I would do? I would have to have creative means, open up the pantry, and see what I could do with what I had to make that 1,000 last, okay? Now, if I had to cook mongo with gata, I would not put gata because he doesn't like gata. So I would have to be very creative. We find ways to, and I would see a pan of tomato sauce, and I would see, you know, some meat. I would cook spaghetti sauce and make sure it would last the whole day. I would tell you, you know, we were really also having difficult times. You won't imagine it because it's been how many years, but it was like that. So when I would see that wala na talaga, then I would have to stop, right? And find another way. And it would not tempt me, though it would tempt me to get from the salary for the end of the month and use it, but I realized I shouldn't do that. Diba tayo in our lives, we're like that. Pag empty na dito, kung saan tayo kumukuha. Pero may hulog ako doon. Anyway, ganyan din ang love. Okay, so, dapat fully love tayo. So here, I would make sure that every category was well budgeted. Now, should I? Okay, so at the end of the month or mid of the month, normally end of the month, I get all the excess money inside I had and put it at the back. I put it at the back, and I had a secret. I wouldn't tell him I had excess. Kasi sasabihin niya, oh, over-budgeted ang cash ko, I can reduce. No, I will not tell. I wasn't honest. So even me, I wasn't honest. What a confession. But I felt good. I was saving for the family. I wasn't spending, I was hiding it here. And then it came to several months, almost like 8 or 10 months, and masyadong kumakapal na yung likod. Ayoko pakita. Kumusta ang budget? Okay ang budget. Which was true, right? I was living below the budget. I was saving. I was so excited to be able to save for once because I was the one who drained our family's expense. Did I ever tell that story? Should I tell it now? Okay, so when he would come home in the early days, before this envelope ever happened, he would give me all the money and I would spend it all. Now, why? Because I didn't have a budget. So even the checking account would be my control. And he would ask, how's your checking account? Okay. How's our money, the savings? Okay. But then since we didn't attend the seminar yet, what I would do is, I pretended everything was okay. it came to a point that when Meralco would give us the bill, especially Meralco's, it's the biggest, right? I would really hide the bill from him. And I would say, oh my Lord, how am I gonna pay this? Because I couldn't pay it. It came to that point I was worried about Meralco. Imagine. And so finally, after asking me so many times, God was really telling me, you're not honest. You have to tell him the problem. And so he said, can I just ask, what is talaga the balance? And I said, Lord, bahala ka na sa buhay ko. And I said, I have a problem. I spent most of our money. So here's the checking book, here's the checkbook, here's the savings book. And I just closed my eyes. Buti na lang talaga, ang asawa ko ay, pinapala naman ako with a good husband. He didn't scold me, but he just closed his eyes. I know he was praying na, Lord, ano ba daw this girl? And then we took over. And then we went to the seminar, and then we decided to turn our life around. Step 1 was listing it down and making a budget. So finally, going back to that story, iba ako ang may sala. I was the culprit. I wanted to make amends. And in my mind, I said, I can do this. And so I had quite a lot of money to back. And one day, the Lord said, it's time to make a big reveal. You better confess that money. So I said, hon, I have a surprise for you. They got the money, and I gave it to him. And I said, this is our savings for 10 months. He couldn't believe it, nor could I. I wanted to spend it on a bag. But then, guilty naman ako. I really felt God blessed us as a couple when we became honest and transparent. And when I really decided, if he's going to work so hard for our income, I better be a good steward of what he does.
Amen.
And everything that we would, even when we would eat out, the kids had to know, we're in a budget. We cannot just go to any restaurant. Because if you tell our kids, where do you want to eat? They decide, right? Why do children decide where you eat when they're not earning the money? Come on, take back control, right? Mom, I want CPK ka dyan. Pancake house tayo. Or go to, the food court. They need to understand that you are being a good steward. Why? They're going to be future husbands and wives. They need to know that they were trained by their parents. Imagine it singles. Many singles are here. If you were dating a man right now, if you are dating a man right now, you have to watch his spending habits. Why? That's the man who's going to be spending the money that you may be earning and he would be earning. So, and husband to be, single man, raise your hand. Okay. Yung dinadate mong babae, okay, girl, do you watch the way she buys her dresses, her hair, that she go to the fire? You have to. Kasi yun po ang expense account nyo sa future. Okay? So, bago tayo mag-propose, tingnan nyo yung spending habits. Kasi po, sa totoo, you cannot change the person. Only God can change the person. You have to observe now. You are alone, you already have money problems. Guess what? When you get married, you will have double. And when you have a high maintenance future wife, yung mga may asawa na, ginagano nyo yung mga wife. Dapat alam ko ito noon. When you have a high maintenance girlfriend now, you will have a very demanding wife later. So be very careful how you choose. Ibang seminar yun, premarital counseling po yun. So this is very useful. You don't need this big one. I had the small plastic one that you can buy in any SM department store, many or national. I'm not promoting any brand here, but anywhere you go, Miniso, Mumuso, Soso, okay, they have budget envelopes, so you can do that, all right? So the next, I think, topic would be when I come
Before
back.
we go there, let me just say, when you're a couple, what you do is you give each other an allowance every 15 days. That way, you're free to spend. Like, for example, the wife, she'll have a certain amount that she spends, and I have a certain amount that I spend. And I don't have to account for it. In other words, I can spend it on whatever I want, no receipts, no nothing. That's the same amount. Okay? That gives you and your wife the freedom so it doesn't feel like you're being strangled by your budget. Okay? Those of you here who are earning not on a monthly basis, but you're earning on a per project basis. You're earning on freelance basis. You're earning on a yearly basis. How do you come up with a monthly income? What you do is you look at your previous year and see what was my total income. total income times 10%. So hopefully the following year you earn 10% more, and then you divide that by 12. And that will be your monthly income for the next year. Okay, that's where you come up with the monthly income.
Before I go down, I also want to say, your children should be given a budget as well.
Yes.
They should understand that they have a budget. What do I mean? If you give them an allowance, you have to tell them you have to live within that allowance. Now, the problem is father and mother. That's where the problem is. Some mothers tend to hide if they make that, if they add to the kids' allowance, or if they will give behind the back of another partner. Now, very important, the kids must not see or know that you are not talking about it. They have to understand. If your son will come to you and say, Dad, I'm going on a date, you can add some money. I don't date, yeah. You're going to get money from me? You shouldn't date, right? So, they would have to discuss it with the wife and say, should we give this boy date money? I'll say, no. I'd rather he not date than he go out on a date with no money. So things like that are important. Kids need to know it now, that we are under a budget.
Our example as husband and wife will be reflective on the children. And they will follow your spending habits. They will follow your savings habits. Now, if today you're using a budget through Google Sheet, or through an internet app, and you're enjoying it, then continue doing that. Okay, whatever budgeting system that you are used to, as long as you're budgeting, that's what's important. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Number 6 is avoid what?
Debt.
Avoid debt. Get out of it quickly. Debt is slavery and hinders our service for the Lord. Would you agree?
Yes.
It definitely does. How many of you today are in debt? Would you raise your hands? Yes, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your honesty. How many of you are not in debt? Raise your hands. Okay, thank you very much. You know, friends, if you're in debt today, I want you to listen very carefully, because what you're going to learn today will get you out of debt. Guaranteed. If you're not in debt today, listen also very carefully, because what you'll learn today will give you the encouragement to stay out of debt. It's easy to get into debt. Would you agree? But it's hard to get out of debt. And that's why you'll learn that today. What is debt? What is debt? Debt. D-E-B-T. Drowning every day because of temptation. Yun ang problema natin. Na-tempt tayo eh. We looked at someone else, they said, wait, I want what they have. I want what they have. And we end up buying things we cannot afford. And so that's why we get into debt. We go over and beyond our ability, our budget, our income. So we need to get out of debt. What is debt? What is debt? Well, the dictionary defines debt 3 ways. Debt is money owed to anyone for anything. Basta money owed to anyone for anything. Number 2, debt is money or property obligated to another within a certain amount of time. Number 3, debt is being financially overdue or overextended. 3 definitions of debt in the dictionary. Now, my question to all of us is this. Is debt a sin? Is debt a sin? And the answer is?
Yes.
Some people say yes. Some people say no. What is debt? Is debt a sin? Well, the Bible says that you can be in debt. You can be in debt, but do not be overextended or overdue your debt. All of us today, every one of you who answered, I am not in debt. The truth is, every one of us here is in debt. What do I mean? Do you owe for your cell phone bill?
Yes.
Do you owe for Meralco? Even the moment you pay for your Meralco bill, your Nawasa bill, your cell phone bill, you already owe the next month. Yes or no? So we are all technically in debt. We already owe what we have used for the next month. So it's not a sin to be in debt. What is sin is being in debt and not being able to pay it on the day that you promised and that you're overdue. That is a sin. Why? Because you're dishonoring your word. You've dishonored the fact that I promised to pay on this date and you're not paying. That is a sin. So, what does the Bible say? In Proverbs 22 verse 7 it says, the rich rules over the poor and the borrower becomes the lender's slave. The rich rules over the poor. And the borrower, the one who borrows, becomes the slave of the one who lent money. If you want to make this an easy language, easy English, he who borrows sells his freedom. He who borrows sells his freedom. In other words, do you want to give away your freedom today? Do you want to be a slave? None of us want to be a slave, and yet many of us are in slavery. I'll be honest with you. My wife and I, in 1990, we were in debt for 2 million pesos. In 1990,